Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing fine. This is part 1 of a lecture video series for Class 11th NCERT Biology. In this video, we will be dealing with the introduction and the approach we are going to take to complete the syllabus. Let's begin now. You all have successfully completed your class 10th and have chosen biology as your core subject. Many of you must be aspiring to become doctors, research scientists, doing higher studies in various fields like biotechnology, biomedical engineering, paleontology, genetic engineering, and so on. Which field to choose becomes very detrimental in the path of your career. And that is why class 11th and class 12th becomes important. Not only because you are going to learn the basics of biology, but will get fair idea enough of each field. As you can see in the slide, various fields of biology have been mentioned. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There are many other biology fields as well. Biology is a Greek word. It is composed of two words, bios and logos. Bios means life and logos means study. From now on, you should learn everything which has a suffix called logy will become study. For example, morphology means the study of morphs, means forms. Embryology means study of embryos, and so on. Now, we'll be starting. The class 11th syllabus is divided mainly into 5 units, and these units are in sequential order. It means you should go in order of the topics provided. You cannot jump any topic, because if you do so, you will not be able to understand it properly. So every concept is related to other concept, and that is how you need to move on. Now let us move to unit 1. In the unit 1, the importance is mainly given to classification. Now you may wonder what is classification and why we do it. So the classification is grouping and naming the organisms. For example, you discover a new organism any day. Now you need to name it and put it in the category of organisms sharing similar criteria or properties. That is how you will be able to learn it. This classification makes our study easier. This field of classification in the biology called taxonomy, the branch of taxonomy. The word taxon means category. In this unit, you will be familiarized with new scientific terms. So you shouldn't be worried. You'll be getting a lot of new terms. For example, as mentioned, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. What does each term means, we'll be dealing it when we will be doing the unit 1 chapters. So the details of this we will be doing in the later videos. Now we'll come to unit 2. Unit 2 is the structural organization in plants and animals. Basically, it is divided in 2 parts, that is in plants and then in animals. In plants, specifically in flowering plants, and in animals, we'll be dealing with insects. For example, cockroach is mentioned in your syllabus. Why understanding structure is important? Understanding the structure of any part or the body of the organ is important because it helps us to understand the function it does. There are 2 basic terms you can see in the video. One is morphology and another is anatomy. Morphology means physical appearance. So we study the external features of any part of the body. And the word anatomy means to cut open. In this, we cut open a part of it and we try to observe the things inside. So it means it studies the internal structure or features of the plants or animals or whatever we take any living form. This unit becomes important because this unit is directly related to your practical syllabus as well. In your practical classes, you will be doing the anatomy, you will be studying anatomy and should be able to differentiate between a dicot root or a monocot root and so on. The details again will be doing when we will be doing the unit 2. Now we'll come to unit 3. The unit 3 deals with the very basic unit of any life called as cell. In this unit, the differences between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell becomes important. Along with it, the differences between a plant cell and an animal cell becomes important as well. We will be studying different cell organelles. Cell organelles means different parts of a cell. For example, mitochondria, nucleus, plastids, etc. We will be also studying why mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell, and where does the genetic material reside in a plant cell or in animal cell. What are plastids? Do they found in both the cells or do they found only in plant cells? And the questions such will be doing, and you will be able to answer once we are done with this chapter. Again, once we are done with the unit of the cell, we'll be dealing with the components a cell is made up of. For example, it is made up of proteins or carbohydrates or genetic material, RNA, DNA, what this RNA and DNA are made up of, and so on. In this biomolecules, you have to understand it is made up of two words, bio and molecules. Bio means life, means living, and molecules means components. So components which made up a life or a living part will be called as biomolecules. The next part of this unit 3 is cell cycle and cell division. Cells have a tendency to divide continuously, and that is how they get converted into tissues to organs, and organ to organ system, and thus by a living body. So in this, students find this topic a bit complex. So I will try to keep it as simple and easily understandable as possible. Now we will move to unit 4. This unit 4 is dedicated totally to plants. The plant physiology means the study how the body parts or how the organs function regularly in coordination to execute a function. Here we will study about water and food transport mechanism in plants and how minerals are being taken up by the plants, where they are utilized, and so on. The basic differences between photosynthesis and respiration, and what mechanisms do they use to respire or to photosynthesize food will be dealt in this chapter. In the end, we will be dealing with different compounds responsible for plant growth and development, and these compounds are called growth regulators. There are many kinds of growth regulators. These are like hormones that we have in our body, in a human body. So plants also have certain chemicals which are responsible for their movement, for their growth or development, or anything that they do, and that is why it becomes important. It is a bit complex, but we'll be doing it in bits so that we will be able to understand it. Now we'll move further to unit 5. This is the last chapter, but not the least. It is the most lengthiest chapter in the class 11th and the most interesting part. It deals with the organ parts functioning in humans. This unit thus becomes the favorite for all students. Why? Because they can relate all these activities with humans. So in this unit, we will be dealing with various systems like digestion, breathing, respiration, circulation, excretion, locomotion and movement, chemical coordination, and so on. In the end, various diseases will be dealt. In case of any malfunctioning, what kind of disease can develop, we'll be dealing it in a very brief, because this doesn't make this will come as a attached question, not the main question. So this is the entirely you are going to learn in class 11th. Overall, the journey will be very good, and this will be your first step in understanding biology. That is why you have to be attentive and you have to understand each and everything very nicely. Apart from it, I would like to tell you the syllabus, the detailed syllabus for class 11 and 12 is being uploaded in ncert.nic.in. I'll show you. Here in this you can see This is the entire detailed syllabus, and this will give you a very nice idea what you are supposed to learn and what you are supposed to study. This is class 11th and 12th biology chapters, and unit wise it is being shown the important. For example, in case of unit 1, you need to know why the classification is required, what are the domains of life, how many scientists have attempted how many types of classification, and which classification are we using recently, how many kingdoms are there, what are the salient features of each classification in case of plants and animals, and so on. You will be learning a lot of new words as well in this case. Here 3 to 5 salient features and at least 2 examples of each category is important. You're not supposed to go through the entire PDF, because once we start doing the chapters, I'll be dealing with this one, I'll be explaining this one in the beginning of each unit. So you're not supposed to get worried, because if you try to study the entire thing, you'll get confused, because there are so many new things for you. So leave it to me. I'll try to make it as simple as possible for you. This also contains the syllabus for the practicals that will be dealing later. With this we come to the end of discussion. Let us now take the question for the day.